Hey, it's George with another video. This is going to be vinyl finds. But before I show records, I have some well, they're music items, but they're non-records. I got a few things. It was my birthday couple days ago, so I have some stuff to show from that. For my mom, I got this embroidered iron-on pill patch. And she got me some really cool enamel pins. There's this damned one. Another nice damned one. This Sex Pistols, pretty vacant one. I don't know if you can see that. This really super cool damned one. It's the stiff label for New Rose. That one's really cool. And I thought this was really unique. Enamel Ruts pin. I've never seen that before. So, and she also got me this really nice hefty book called The Art of Punk. This is mainly 70s era punk, but it goes into like proto-punk, and it goes into Vinyl Richie's favorite genre, post-punk. And there's a little bit of hardcore at the end too. And it has some great artwork in it. There's this really cool Richard Hell page with some suicide stuff. There's this nice page you get like art attacks, lurkers. There was a page that was just a big collage of Clash memorabilia. There's sections on fanzines. There's this page where part of it's pill and then part of it's Killing Joke. So it's just a really, really nice hardcover book, and this was really cool. So yeah, and I guess the big gift was Elvis Costello tickets with Nick Lowe opening. So yeah, so I'll show some records now. Most of these I've bought online. If you remember in my last vinyl finds, I talked about selling at a toy show. So I had some extra money to buy a couple things I've been looking for, plus Christmas money. I have two other things coming that I'll show next vinyl finds, but I have maybe not as many LPs as I normally show, but quite a few singles. So I'll show singles first, and then I'll show LPs. And this first one is a Secret Agent Man, Devo, with B-side Sue Balls. This is really great. You get General Boy on the back. You get the cool fake wood cover. And this is just on Virgin. But the seller packed this really poorly. They didn't even put this in a sleeve. They basically just took two pieces of cardboard and duct taped those together and then like stamped a mailer on it. It was like, geez. But it came in good condition. It was really fairly priced. I think it was like $9. So yeah, I'm happy to have that. The next three are all from the same seller on Discogs. And that's Elvis Costello Mystery Dance. This is a Belgium single. I believe this only came out in Belgium and France. And I think the France cover was reversed, so the black was white and the white was black. And the B-side is Pay It Back. And it's on stiff on this like cool orangey yellow colored vinyl. And then I also got I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. I have the Canadian picture sleeve of this, which is different. The Canadian picture sleeve, the A-side is I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. And then the B-side is Night Rally and something else. But the B-side on this is You Belong to Me. And it comes on that nice Radar Barney Bubbles label. So that's pretty cool. Another one is from the same Discog seller. And this seller was really great. They packed it really well. They had good prices. Everything in their Discog store said from the collection of the drummer for Septic Death, I think the band is called. So it must be the drummer from Septic Death selling his collection. But this was the New Amsterdam single. I have a couple different versions of this, different picture sleeves, but I didn't have this one, and this is just on F-Beat. B-side is Dr. Luther's Assistant, which is a great B-side. And I've always wondered, this has the do not pay more than 50p for this record. I kind of have wondered if that's where Billy Bragg got the idea of putting that on his albums, because I think the first couple Billy Bragg albums have like, do not pay more than £2.99 or £3.99 or something like that. So anyway, it's just, you know, another cool single to have. I like picture sleeves a lot. I like Elvis Costello, so it was kind of a no-brainer. And then another, all the rest of these singles are Elvis Costello related. Well, I should preface this. There was a seller, and I bought 3 items from them, and it was these 2 next singles I'm going to show, which I ended up getting from different sellers, and then a Elvis Costello picture disc, and it was I paid for it, and it was a couple days, and they said some person just bought all of them, and I just want to say, why didn't you pull them out from the store the minute you got that order? But you know, I tried not to dwell on it, and so they were like, oh well, I think they could tell I was mad, so they're like, oh, I'll send you the picture disc for free. And it's been like 2 weeks now, and I haven't gotten the picture disc. So I don't know if they just didn't send it, or anyway. So hopefully that'll show up. But the 2 records that they didn't have were these that I'll show now. This is a novelty single called the Beatles Castello, Washing the Defectives. I just thought it was so funny that I couldn't not get it. It comes with this little insert talking about it. They do, I mean, it's not Elvis, the songs aren't Elvis Costello related at all. They do a cover of Soldier of Love, which is a great song. I love the Beatles, I think it's a BBC section of that. And then I Feel Fine, theme from A Summer Place, and then the Outer Limits theme. So anyway, it's kind of weird. Just kind of a cool novelty. It's in good condition. But once again, the seller I bought this from did not pack this very well. They didn't take the record out of the sleeve, so every side there is a seam split, unfortunately. But it's still cool to have, so yeah. And then this last single I got just maybe half hour ago in the mail, and this was the one that when they were like, when that one Discog seller said, oh, we don't have it, someone walked out with it, I was kind of bummed out, but I ended up getting it cheaper on eBay. No one had bid on it, and so I swooped in at the last minute, and it is a bootleg single, Stranger in the House. This is, one side of this is Peel Sessions from Stranger in the House from 78, and then the B-side is the Peel Sessions version from 78 of I Don't Know What to Do With Myself. I Just Don't Know What to Do With Myself. And then you get a live song, Honky Tonkin' Blues / Honky Tonk Blues. No, Honky Tonkin' / Honky Tonk Blues. And I assume this was to get around the bootlegging process, but instead of Elvis Costello and the Attractions, it's credited to Tex and the Attractions, which is kind of cool. But this sleeve is just really cool, and it's just cool to have some of those Peel Sessions on vinyl. I have a bootleg of all the Peel Sessions from 77 to mid-80s, and it has all of them except for that Stranger in the House for some reason. So it's nice to have that. So that's all the singles. I'm waiting on 2 more. I'm waiting on that one seller is supposed to send for free if they're still doing that. And another Elvis Costello one. But I do have a couple of records. This first one is More Specials by the Specials. Their 1980 second album. This is just great. This is the US version with Rat Race on it. So you get Enjoy Yourself, Rat Race, Man at CNA. Probably my favorite on this other than Rat Race is Hey Little Rich Girl. I Do Nothing, Pearl's Cafe is really great. Sock It To 'Em. Stereotype, the version of Stereotype's a little too long for me. But it's a great album. I think side 1 is a lot better, but side 2 is still good. It's on that nice Chrysalis label, and it comes with the cool inner sleeve. So yeah, that was really cheap on eBay, and I never see Special Records in person, so I was happy to get that. The next one, also from online, I Can't Stand the Resilos by the Resilos, or Can't Stand the Resilos. This is 78 pressing on Sire, and it's Canadian pressing. This was also really cheap somehow. It was on eBay. The only unfortunate thing about this, I mean, the cover is in excellent condition. The vinyl is like it's never been played. But it's a Canadian release, and the Canadian release didn't come with that cool inner sleeve that says the Resilos all over it. So I would have liked that, but I'm still happy to have this album for quite inexpensive, because I'm not ready to pay $40 for a British pressing. So anyway, but Flying Saucer Attack is awesome. Top of the Pops, It Gets Me is great. I Can't Stand My Baby, Glad All Over, I Like It is really good. Cold Wars, it's a good album. And I really think it's cool how it has this, this record belongs to, and then name and address, and then it says Resilos, please print carefully. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, great album. The next three are all from thrift stores and garage sales. They're not super exciting, but I thought I'd show them. This is an album I purged because my copy was really beat up. It's a really good album. I really enjoy it. But this is a lot better condition, the vinyl, than the copy I purged. And that's Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. This is my second favorite album by them. My first is Sounds of Silence, the album. But this has Scarborough Fair, Cloudy is great, 59th Street Bridge Song's great, Homeward Bound is amazing. So yeah, this is a great album. Probably one of my, along with Sounds of Silence, one of my favorite albums of the 60s. So yeah, Simon & Garfunkel. From the same thrift store, and that was under $1. That was really cheap. From the same thrift store is this weird novelty record. I picked it up because it was so weird. The Fire Sign Theater presents All Hail Marx and Lenin. How can you be in two places at once when you're not anywhere at all? I haven't listened to this. I assume it's some weird comedy album, maybe. But it was so bizarre looking. I just had to get it. The record's in really good condition. This looks familiar to me. I feel like I've seen someone showing this before. But yeah, just a really weird record. The next one is from a garage sale. And I don't normally buy kids' records, but I loved this movie when I was little. I still really like this movie. And some of the songs on it I legitimately like. And that's The Jungle Book. This cover was in really good condition too, but the back's a little banged up here. But I legitimately like the songs Bare Necessities and I Want to Be Like You. And it still has the storybook inside. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, and for a kid's record, the vinyl isn't perfect, but it's pretty good for a kid's record. So, Jungle Book. The last two are from yesterday. I went to the record store. I looked on this. God, this record store, it's a local store. There's about 4 local stores. This one is so expensive. Some of their stuff is really absurd. Like, I walk in there and I was looking at Dr. Feelgood records because I've been looking for one. $30. That is crazy to me. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I did get a couple things from there. This first one was a surprise. I'd been looking for this. Devo, Here to Go, the 12-inch single. This is really a terrible cover. It's a promo copy too, which is kind of cool. But you get Here to Go, the Go Mix version, which was on Devo Greatest Hits CD that came out in the 90s. And then, excuse me. Here to go dub version, which is interesting. But the really cool thing on this is on side 2, you get Shout LP version, but you get Shout Easy Listening version. And I have the Easy Listening CD that came out in the 90s, Easy Listening Disc CD, and it doesn't, I think it has an edited version of Shout Easy Listening on it. So this is the full 4-minute version. So that's kind of cool. It's a really, honestly, terrible artwork. But it's cool to have. It's just, I'm not going to show the label. It's just on Warner Brothers. So yeah. And then the thing I went to get at this store, it is a bootleg pressing. It's not official, but it sounds really great. They had it probably 2 or 3 months ago, and I went in person to pick it up, and they didn't have it. So I was kind of like, well, and I didn't end up finding anything that day. So I was happy to find it. It was a little expensive, but it's so hard to find this band's stuff right now because of that Wednesday show. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That's the Cramps, Off the Bone. Since that show, it is so hard to find Cramps records. Luckily, I already had some stuff on CD. And if you've watched a previous Vinyl Finds, I was able to find Date with Elvis, an original press, for pretty cheap. This is an unofficial reissue, but it sounds really good. It comes with the 3D glasses, and it comes on this kind of cool, like swamp green marbled vinyl. But this album is just terrific. You get Human Fly is awesome. The Way I Walk Domino is incredible. The little open E blues scale that they use for the solo on Domino, it works so well. Lonesome Town is amazing. Goo Goo Muck, obviously. New Kind of Kicks is great. So I think this is this a singles comp, or is that, I think, no, it's isn't it Greatest Hits, which is a singles comp, and then a handful of other singles. The only thing that ticks me off a little bit about this is the label is exactly the same on each side. I have a couple of records that are like this. It's exactly the same. There's no indication of A or B. So I have to count how many tracks are on each side to figure out which is side 1 before I play it. Since there's seven tracks on side 1 and 8 on side 2. So that's kind of annoying. Excuse me. But I'm just happy to have this. So yeah. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope that was interesting. I hope I didn't babble too long. So thanks for watching.